Well, as you can see, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition.
Inquisitor, meet Hawke, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawke, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
I couldn't get past where I had to decide to use the default or customize.
You've already dropped half a mountain on the bastard.
Whoa.
I'm sure anything I can tell you pales in comparison.
So she doesn't exactly look like my Hawke from Dragon Age 2.
Oh, I don't know. You did save a city from a horde of rampaging Kunari.
I don't see how that really applies. Or is there a horde of rampaging Kunari I don't know about?
There's a Kunari. He almost qualifies as a horde all by himself. Fortunately, he's on our side.
So, then, what can I tell you?
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
If that's what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
It's possible, but we need to know more first. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully, my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
I want to know if we can leave here and then come back and speak to her. Because I actually had to record this without knowing that I would have to. So let's see what happens if we say nothing now.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood. Let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Okay, it will let us investigate later, so we'll
talk later.
Right.
We'll do that. But you guys won't notice it when I come back. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm JDZ Gaming Empire. In the last episode, we made it here to Skyhold, and I finally found my way to Varric. And I had to choose, because he was going to introduce us to Hawke, I had to choose whether to use the character that the game wanted me to use for our Hawke or create a Hawke. And when I ended that episode, I couldn't get out. I had to choose. I couldn't save. I couldn't escape. I couldn't do anything. So I had to go ahead and create my character. So that's why you're just now hearing the introduction to Welcome to Dragon Age Inquisition. So we have created Hawke, and she's there. And I don't know if I had anything else to ask or talk to her about.
Get to Crestwood as soon as possible. My contact in the Wardens will be waiting.
I like that armor she's got on. That looks cool as I don't know what. We're going to ask her some questions.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back, or maybe it's all Tevinter magic, but he was dead, I swear it.
And where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my sister out of the Free Marches. They've both seen enough trouble because of me.
Yeah, her brother was killed. Her mother was killed. Oh, now what do we know about Anders?
I'd like to know more about Anders. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just an Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him, except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was, has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Right.
So, just to let you guys know, when I went to go play this game, it just didn't work. The EA app crashed, and then I spent the next 2 hours trying to figure out what the heck was going on. It's something with the EA app. None of my games that I had through EA were working through Steam, because I actually played this through Steam, and I guess it connects into the EA app. Anyways, EA, you need to fix your app. After a couple of hours of troubleshooting, I finally just uninstalled the EA app and reinstalled it, and it started working again. But yeah, fix your app, please. It's ridiculous. Utterly redunculous. So, obviously, there's a lot to see here in Skyhold, and we're not going to leave this area until we look at every single crevice, room, door. We're looking at everything. So this is probably going to be several episodes. Is this where we came in? I don't think so. No, because where we came in, there was a bed. Okay, and we can't get across there. Thought I saw a bird flapping. So I'm going to try to investigate everything. We've seen a lot of it trying to get up here to begin with, but I just kind of blazed by everything. Didn't talk to anybody. Here lies the abyss. We're definitely not going to do that. We're going to have this up so we can look for coal along the way. Yeah, this is where we came in. Dang, that's one big axe in the footbed there. Or the bed of the foot. The bed of the foot. The foot of the bed. Okay. Steps over here. We cannot go there. I see something in there, though. There's a book or something in there. Okay, let's get a view from up here. So down off to the right. Is that where Sandra is? I don't know, but we're gonna go. Let's go look around. Somebody heard something. And so we can go that way, or we can go this way. Let's start over here. Let's talk with you, Scout Harding.
Right. Scout Harding.
Your worship.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
Shouldn't you be out there, scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
Oh, okay.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
Anything else new?
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
Yeah, I'm talking about Josephine.
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
Copper marigolds.
What's been going on?
Madame de Fer said hello to me. Or maybe she was waving at someone else and I just thought she was. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
What's been going on?
Dorian's awfully pretty, isn't he?
Yes, he is a cutie pie.
What's been going on?
Not much. The usual. Nice of you to ask.
That's probably the end of her dialogue.
What's been going on?
Just waiting to get back out there.
Anything else?
What's been going on?
Just relaxing. Taking a breath. You need to sometimes to keep sane.
What's been going on?
They've done a lot with this place. I'm impressed.
Oh, okay. I want to exhaust it till she starts repeating herself.
What's been going on?
Just waiting to get back out there.
Okay, there she repeated. Okay.
I should go.
All right. That's closed off. There's Blackwall right there. Let's head over this way first. Iron Bull, Cassandra. Who are you? Okay, we can't talk to her. She's just one of the mages. Let's talk with the Iron Bull.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
I know, right? If I were a mage, I'd just throw fire at people. That's honest.
Anything else?
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Uh-oh. What you trying to show us? Iron Bull, you're disrupting my flow.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise.
Oh my goodness, what is he up to?
Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. She doesn't talk much.
Huh.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori, or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
I'm just gonna be quiet.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't sing the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink.
Okay. Guess maybe he feels the troops.
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
Yeah, I think the point was for him to make us feel like one of the group, so the soldiers would be more open to talking. I would say it was good.
It was good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next.
Actually, thanks for showing us that there, Iron Bull. Yeah, where did you put us? Okay, back over here. Let's go speak with Sandra. Fast travel there. What's in here? Oh, I can't get in there yet. Anything back here before we speak with Cassandra? Okay. Oh my goodness.
You knew where Hawke was all along.
Uh-oh.
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit.
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
I'm gonna stay out of it.
I expected you to tell the truth. I told you what was at stake.
So I just hand her over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawke. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise.
Ah!
Look at her. She's finally lost it.
All right, you've both made your points. We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but she had vanished. Then, we looked for Hawke, but she was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You who kept her from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawke would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawke most, Varric kept her secret.
She's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
I understand.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawke had been at the temple, she'd be dead too.
Yeah,
You people have done enough to her.
I have to agree. I think she would be.
Believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawke. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him and you'd tracked Hawke down?
Honestly, Hawke might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. She supported the Mage Rebellion after all. She wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawke, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawke or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
Good gravy. All right, we're back. And there she is.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Liliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed. Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
Yeah, of course.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Oh, okay.
May I ask you about the Chantry?
I have no better answers on the topic than anyone might. But I'll tell you what I can.
Do you really believe the Chantry is worth preserving?
I do. Though I understand how someone born outside of human society might think otherwise. Cast the Chantry aside and new problems replace old ones. We will have learned nothing from history. The people need stability, and the Chantry needs a new purpose. Andraste had a dream for us. It can still be achieved.
So, what should this new purpose be?
A dedication to what is truly important. Instead of building cathedrals and sewing gowns for the divine, the Chantry used to spend its coin feeding the poor. If we are to spread the Maker's word across the world, we must do so with open hearts and open hands.
That sounds rather idealistic of you.
Does it? I do not think it's so unachievable. The Chantry has many good, honest people. They just need direction and inspiration. They need to be freed from centuries of adherence to tradition and ceremony. A chance for renewal is at our fingertips. It does not have to come with utter chaos.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whoa. Oh my. Look at all those things we need to do. Anything else?
Do you need something?
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh, do you think she'll tell us about her brother now?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
And let's ask her
Do you need something?
some advice.
Do you have any advice for me?
Treat Dorian with caution. It's possible he could be what he seems. A Tevinter mage wishing to do better than his countrymen. What if he is not? At best, his presence makes the Inquisition appear to have questionable allies.
Do you have any advice for me?
Watch the treasury carefully, with that Sarah present.
You think she's here to rob us?
Possibly not, but I would hardly put it past her.
Do you have any advice for me?
It's good that you recruited Enchante Vivian into the Inquisition. She is ambitious, but has always shown sense in her dealings with the Chantry. My advice would be to watch her, but heed her when she speaks. That one wastes no words.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must root out the Red Templars. They form the bulk of Corypheus's forces.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must root out the
Okay.
Red Templars. They form the bulk of Corypheus's forces.
Okay, thank you.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okay, let's take a look at that quest she gave us, Unfinished Business. This is her personal quest. Since the Seeker's strange absence, some of their high-profile cases have been left unchecked. Help Cassandra hunt the targets down. So we need to go to the Western Approach, Empress du Lion, Emerald Graves, Ferelden Hinterlands, and the Exalted Plains. Looks like we're taking down a bunch of bosses. And we haven't looked at the codex in a minute. Let's go here. Alistair. Whew. King Alistair Theron was crowned the ruler of Ferelden after the end of the Fifth Blight, and is considered a hero among his people for having fought against the Darkspawn as a Grey Warden. He is one of the few known to have ever left the Secretive Order, never mind one who went on to rule a nation afterwards. Some in Ferelden claim that the Theron line ended with the death of King Cailan, and that the existence of an unknown bastard was a lie imposed upon the people to overthrow Queen Honora. As such, Alistair's rule has been plagued with trouble, both within his own lands as well as with neighboring Orlais. The blight greatly weakened Ferelden, and many believe that a renewal of the long-standing rivalry between the two nations is inevitable. Cole. His name is Cole. He's not that old, perhaps 20 years, no more. He has blonde hair that hangs in front of his eyes. He wears dirty leathers, perhaps the only clothes he owns. He was there when you found Rise in the Templar crypt, but you couldn't see him. Nobody can, and those who do forget him, just like you are right now. Remember the dream, a letter allegedly written by former knight captain Evangeline de Brassard, found in the spire in the aftermath of the Mage Uprising. Corypheus. Let me tell you what I know about the seven those Tevinter Magisters said to have entered the Golden City long ago. Each was a high priest to one of the old gods. Each came to the ritual shrouded in secrecy, hiding their true name even from each other. They were competitors, you see, the old gods who told them they would break into the Golden City and usurp the Maker's throne. But only one of them could sit on that throne. Each assumed a title related to their role in casting the ritual. Some texts claim they had a leader, the High Priest of Dumat, called Corypheus. He did not rule this group, but instead conducted it, coordinating their efforts to achieve a magical feat never since replicated. They breached the Fade, walked physically in dreams, and changed our world forever. Perhaps these seven were the first Darkspawn, cursed by the Maker as the Chant of Light tells us. Perhaps not. One would think these Magisters long dead, but there are whispers. This is not so. Think, if you will, what might become of the minds of such beings, corrupted by the blight, cast down from prideful folly, simmering in resentment and darkness for over 1,000 years. Where would such men live? Who knows of them? For someone must, if whispers persist. What secrets do they yet hold, and what would we do should any of them return to the light? With luck, these are questions we will never have to answer. From Questioning the Chant by Magister Phoebus Agorian. Iron Bull. My dear friend, I completely understand the difficulty you face. To have such well-equipped bandits attack your family's caravan so regularly and with such exquisite knowledge of your shipping schedules is indeed highly unfortunate. There is no shame at all in finding your household guards wanting in such trying circumstances. To answer your question, when faced with my own troubles last year, I employed the Bull's charges. Their leader, the Iron Bull, is a Canary, a great horned giant of a man. He looked like a savage, but spoke like a gentleman. He seems unstoppable in combat, but is far more clever than a simple swordsman. His mercenaries were costly, but they were both strong enough to protect my family's caravans, and clever enough to discover how the bandits came into such luck in their attacks upon my family. The bandits have been no trouble at all since, and a baron of our mutual acquaintance effusively assured me that he would be greatly surprised if they ever again caused us difficulty. If you wish to employ the Iron Bull, I can provide you with his contact information, as well as a list of the liquors he enjoys most particularly. Will your husband also be present in these negotiations, or will you be making the acquaintance of the Iron Bull in a more intimate setting? If so, we shall have to talk the next time our men go hunting. Yours in friendship, B. A letter lifted from a hidden drawer in a noblewoman's vanity and copied carefully before being returned. Who is B? And who's M? I think that might be everything that's new. Yep. Okay. Crafting materials we don't care about. Let's see if there's anything really special in here. Archers. No, we don't need to read about archers or the Hawke. Not really need to read about any of these. Okay. groups. Ben Hasrath re-educators. Detainee has already confessed to resisting arrest when Ben Hasrath came from his co-worker. Circumstantial evidence suggests he was part of group planning to become Tal Vashoth. Co-worker died attempting to escape. Detainee requires evaluation for possible reintroduction into society instead of Kamek treatment. He's being denied sleep and given restricted portions of food and water, as noted below. Day 1, detainee restrained, given water but no food. Detainee requested to use latrine, was told cleanliness part of the Qun, and he had decided to attack the Qun. Detainee asked why he murdered Ben Hasrath, responded that he had only defended himself. Detainee eventually urinated on floor. Oh man. Day 2, detainee given light food and water, told he could use a latrine if he could demonstrate ability to follow the Qun. Detainee asked why he murdered Ben Hasrath, answered that he fought them to protect co-worker, did not murder them. Detainee told that lying is unacceptable under the Qun. Detainee observed re-educators eating and drinking and engaging in conversation about daily activities while detainee stood. This is messed up. Day 3, detainee refused food and water, was taken outside and shown Calabah rooting through garbage for food. Detainee told him he is similar to Calabah, and as neither he nor it follows a Qun. Also told Calabah is better than detainee, as Calabah is too stupid to follow the Qun, while detainee could follow it, but made conscious choice to refuse. Detainee asked why he murdered Ben Hasrath. Detainee answered that he was angry and trying to protect his friend. Day 4, detainee shown drawings of dead Tamasrans and children, told these were drawings of people in Sharon killed by Tal Vashoth. Detainee told all Tal Vashoth do this, and if detainee wishes to be Tal Vashoth, he must go to Education Center and kill Tamasarans now. Detainee became visibly upset. Detainee asked why he murdered Ben Hasrath, answered that he was wrong and lied to by his co-worker. Day 5. Detainee continues to show remorse, is visibly happy when reminded that Qun offers a place for all people. Detainee washed, given new clothes and food, allowed to sleep. Upon waking, detainee asked whether he would prefer to be Tal Vashoth or Canary. Detainee answered that he will remain Canary. Detainee released the road crew for simple labor and will be watched by observers on team. Excerpt from a Ben Hasrath re-education report smuggled out of Parvalan. Well, I mean, what do they expect? What they're doing to him? Of course, they're probably going to just give in and cave. Whatever. Yes. I'm a Canary. Canary, Ben Hasrath. Suggesting that all Ben Hasrath are spies is like assuming that all craftsmen are carpenters. The Ben Hasrath form a significant portion of the Canary priesthood, tending to a variety of tasks within Canary society. In Canary cities, Ben Hasrath serve as something akin to a town guard, investigating anything that disrupts the orderly function of the city. Ben Hasrath re-educators treat criminals and rebels against the Qun, determining whether they must destroy the subject's mind using a poison known as Kamek. Those they can rehabilitate through treatment and education are later transferred to simple work details. In contested or war-ridden areas, Ben Hasrath coordinate with the Canary military to track the dreaded Tal Vashoth rebels, a function similar to bounty hunting. Outside Canary borders, Ben Hasrath agents primarily observe and report. While this may seem underhanded, it is no more than most nations do with their own spies. And the Canary are, perhaps rightly in retrospect, extremely concerned with the danger our culture's comparatively liberated mages pose. Our assumption that all Ben Hasrath are malicious spies bent on bringing Orlais into the Qun has no basis in fact. It is simple prejudice against a race whose appearance unsettles us, compounded by a guilty conscience at seeing how many peasants, especially elves, prefer life under the Qun to life under our Empress. The Canary are a society of people with a different culture and different values, but people nevertheless, as complex and nuanced as Orlais. An excerpt from The Lion and the Bull, Racial Bias and Oversimplification of Canary societal roles in the Orlesian court. Arthur Unknown, published by the University of Orlais. At least this person sounds like, they know what they're talking about. Nari Tamasarans. Nanny Goodwin lay on the hard stones of the Kirkwall docks until the sailors left with her purse. As she struggled to her feet, a large gray hand reached down to help her. It was one of the Canari, the great horned giants who had come to live in the city. I thank you, said Nanny Goodwin hesitantly, looking for her satchel. I did not know the docks were so dangerous, or I would have asked one of Lord G's guards to accompany me as I brought healing herbs for the children. You are a Tamasaran? A Tamasran? Said the Canari. Under the Cune, no sailor would accost you. Why are you here? I am but Lord G's nanny, Nanny Goodwin said, and Lord G did not believe me when I told him that the children needed healing herbs, so I was forced to buy them myself. Under the Cune, said the Canari, Tamasarans are trusted and listened to when caring for the children, and any healing herbs they needed would be provided. Why did Lord G not attend your words? He is a noble, Nanny Goodwin said, and I am merely a servant who cares for his children. She shifted her shawl to hide the bruises the sailors had given her, as well as the bruises Lord G himself had left. Under the Cune, said the Canari, all are equal, and no Tamasran thinks herself a mere anything. Nanny Goodwin bid the Canari good day and returned to Hightown with much to think about. An excerpt from The Lies of the Nobles. The Truth of the Cune, author unknown. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it right there. We have at least 4 more to read. Yeah, we'll save those. And that will be all the reading we do for now. Okay. I'm going to try to stay on this level here. We did come in here, I believe. There's a door there. Where do these steps lead? Nowhere. Okay. Oh, wait. There's some more steps. Hey, somebody's sleeping up here. There's a little cot. All right. All right. So now we just came out on that side of the building because there's Cassandra over there. Let's see. Let's go speak with Blackwall. Lizette. Who is she?
So, this is Skyhold.
Yeah, it needs work. But we'll get her there.
Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications. We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
Calm down there, Blackwall. Calm down.
Watch that this enthusiasm of yours doesn't get you killed.
I wouldn't be the first to die in your service. The people flock to your banner, eager to fight for the Herald of Andraste. Their faith is a leash, and your Inquisition has taken hold of it. Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
Yes.
I was chosen by Andraste. She saved me. We shouldn't question it.
I don't. We all need to believe in something.
That's it? What? Brought me all the way up here? For that? We're gonna go back and speak to him again, see if he has anything else to say.
I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
You've proven yourself to be an honorable woman. Principled. I've great admiration for you, and I've never been more certain in my decision to join you.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
Varric's friend Hawke said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of Wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
If this is true, then all Wardens are in danger. Even you. We'd better find your brothers.
I agree. If Hawke's given you an idea where to start, we should get moving immediately.
All right, let's ask him these questions.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Ah, the Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
How do the Wardens deal with archdemons?
Short answer? Stick it with swords until it stops moving.
Wardens are in all the stories. If it was that easy, anyone could do it.
No, it really is that simple. Just because the archdemon is magic doesn't mean it can't be killed with swords. It just has to be a Grey Warden sword.
What?
Look, it's not the killing blow that's the problem. It's getting the dragon to the point where it's vulnerable, where it actually can be killed. There's no short answer for that, I'm afraid.
A Grey Warden sword? Blackwall. Blackwall. Sound like you're making up stuff.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
Since when is there
Something on your
a
mind?
a Grey Warden sword?
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that. Stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything about Darkspawn?
You don't have to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
I disagree with you there, Blackball. I think knowing the history behind it would be very beneficial to killing it.
Let's discuss something else. What do you think of the Inquisition?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Don't play Diamondback with Solus. You've been warned. Taught him the game last night. He turned around and beat me at it. Lost everything. Had to walk back to my quarters with only a bucket for my bits.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Madame Vivian only allied with the Inquisition because she knows it will bring her power. The most poisonous snakes are often the most beautiful.
Okay, Blackwall.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Don't play diamond
Okay.
back with Solus. You've been warned.
All right, that's all he has to say about our friends. Let's ask about... Ooh, we're kind of close here, Blackwall. Kind of close.
Yes?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I just know that you could shake this
Yeah, we've
world
heard
to its
this.
foundations if you willed it.
Let's get his thoughts on the advisors.
What do you think of my advisors?
Liliana seems nice. Also a little frightening, but mostly nice.
Does Liliana frighten you? Has she said anything to you?
No, she hasn't said anything. I'd just rather not offend her. I don't want to wake up with a blade in my kidneys if I can help it.
What do you think of my advisors?
Cullen. He's got the look of a man who's been through too much. He's seen the best and the worst of humanity, and I think he still struggles with where that leaves him. Still, I trust him to watch my back.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. All right, the last one is Josephine, right?
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely, and craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
Hey.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Well, right now, nobody's doing anything. We're all just kind of standing around. Lizette.
Thank you for Haven. Less so for Redcliffe, but I am committed to serve your worship.
I'm trying to remember. Where did we find Lizette? Anything else?
Inquisitor.
Okay, nothing else. She's standing at attention. Lizette, where did we pick you up? She said, mentioned Haven and Redcliffe. Hey, Viv.
It was a mistake to use Haven as a base of operations. The town was completely indefensible.
It was a bad location. We should have moved sooner.
You left yourself vulnerable to attack. It was a miscalculation, one that I'm sure you won't repeat. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
I'm not going to forgive what happened at Haven. Corypheus will answer for what he's done.
You're angry? Good. Anger can save you when everything else is gone. Just make sure you put it to good use. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. You can become the leader the faithful require, but you must do it soon.
We're not done.
Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
Shouldn't you replace Fiona? I don't think she wants to.
What was it like to live in a Circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every Circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of Circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
So tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And mages need the company of other mages. No one else can truly understand the challenges we face, nor see the world as we do.
You must have been under constant supervision, being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere. Most circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive, perhaps too permissive in retrospect.
Okay.
How did we come to this state with the circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people. We would have done better to replace her years ago, to let her spend time gardening.
Okay.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
She got a point there. Anything else, Viv? I don't think so.
Yes?
Wait, I want to see if she's going to tell us what she thinks of everybody.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
I'm curious how a circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
She didn't marry him. She's just, he's just like a side piece to her. Or I guess he's probably married and she's more like a side piece to him.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
Oh. She knew about it and didn't care. Okay. All right. Well, I guess she has nothing else new to say. Oh, is that Sarah over here? Right. Let's see. We came through there already. Let's talk with Sarah real quick, and then that will probably be enough to end this episode.
So, Inquisitor. It is Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Droste, what did I step in?
Maybe nobody saw this coming, but you knew how I got the job.
I know what people said, but people believe all sorts of shite when they're scared. Swear at a farmer and you've cursed his crops. Spill the salt and you're dead by dawn. Dance through town in a goat's head and children people never had go missing.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh, wait, too late, right? A magister who cracked the Black City. It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a butt, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too far, innit? I just want to plug the Skyhold rubbish so I can go play.
You joined to help the little people caught up in this. But do you believe or not?
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Coryphilus believe in those. Good enough? Please be good enough.
Keep calling it nonsense. That perspective will keep the Inquisition grounded.
Oh, I can do that. Sure could use a few more people shouting no. We fight, the bad things go away, everyone calms down, and everything goes back to normal. A nice, well-paid normal.
Oh, I'm not gonna... That's just rude. She's not crazy.
You're starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit? So bring 'em on. But first, food. I'm starving.
Let's see if she has anything else to say. Oh. Okay. Hey, Sarah. Yep, she's just making herself at home on the ground.
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
Again with your people.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
What do you think about our spymaster, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her, too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now, Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinta.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. I mean, what do their women look like? Woof.
He makes me wonder about things.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? I'd like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Okay. I believe we are done talking with Sarah. Oops, I'm stuck. There we go. Okay. We've read this before. Yep. I don't know if there's anybody over this way we need to talk to. Oh, I think this is where we need to... Oh, Colin's down here. Yeah, this is where we need to look for Cole too. So, we will end the episode right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying this playthrough. And if you are, please don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. They're free to do so. And I will see you guys on in the next episode. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.